Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Just hopping in quickly before the real video starts. Just to kind of let you know that this is a video that was recorded while I was with Connie for her 70th birthday. You may or may not want your children to be around. I can't remember if there was anything inappropriate that was said that would not be good for little kids' ears. So you might just want to make sure they're not wandering around when you're watching. And just to give a little disclaimer on, I asked some likes and dislike questions, and some of the girls were concerned that maybe they would offend you by saying, for instance, they don't like the Beatles. So it's nothing political. It's just likes and dislikes, and the opinions we expressed are our own. So please don't take offense if we don't like something that you do, is all I'm saying. So I hope you enjoy the video. We had a fabulous time that evening. The time went so quickly. And there were so many laughs. Some of them I'm not even sure why we were laughing. But it was fun. It was great. We want to do it again soon. So I hope you enjoy it. And I will see you hopefully Saturday, Sunday, Monday, somewhere in there with the next Chart of the Week video. So thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye. Everybody be quiet. Hey, Floss Tube, it's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. As you know, I am away at a stitching retreat celebrating Connie's 70th birthday. You'll remember Connie from a couple of videos ago. And everyone really enjoyed that video and asked for more videos with Connie in them. So despite some reluctance on some people's parts, we are videoing tonight. So I hope you enjoy what's to come. I think I have the volume so that everyone will be able to hear it this time. And what was that?
Do you need to put a disclaimer on this? You may want to remove children.
Yeah. It's may sometimes it can degrade into things that would not be good for children, young children, or husbands.
There's that true, yes.
So, but you'll remember Lori from our last video. We did that in 2019.
You did.
That just seems like 3 years forever ago, but it wasn't that. That was before the world stood still. So
it was the whole pandemic.
The whole pandemic thing.
We didn't cause it.
Lori was there. Doreen was there. And of course, Connie. This year we have Pam, who's new. Not new to the group, but new to this experience, and Rosie, who's also new to this experience. So I hope you'll enjoy their input tonight. We had kind of a fun day. I think it was fun.
Yes.
Well, maybe Doreen didn't have a fun day. She went this morning, but not this afternoon. We went to Something Special by Marilyn in Atkinson, which if you're ever going through Nebraska, around Atkinson, you should make the trip to Something Special by Marilyn. It's a great gift store. We always try and hit it when we're here. We got lots of goodies. I don't know if anyone wants to share their goodies that they got, but I'm going to share one of mine. That's our mascot. He dances, and I've named him Stuart in honor of this. So this is Stuart. I have a yak and a reindeer that are very similar, with the hair and the red checkered hats, and so he's going to fit in perfectly with the other two. But so this is Stuart, and he's one of my favorite finds from today.
Where did you get a yak?
They
Yaks are us.
Silly question.
Didn't you know that? I got it at the Yaks R Us store. No, the the fall craft show
Yeah.
that's held at the Ralston Arena.
Oh, okay.
There's a vendor there that sells them,
Good.
and
The yak man.
he had
So you need to come
he had
I know. I'm
He had a
beginning
yak?
to. Yeah.
one year, and I bought the yak, and then last year the last year I went, which is probably 2019.
Yeah.
He had this long-legged reindeer. He's got a red coat on and a stocking cap, and he dances too.
Fun.
Why do you think they came up with the name yak?
I'm sure
Yaks are us.
Maybe it's
Yaks are us. You know, there was missing something in the dictionary, and they just said, "Okay, let's pick 3 letters, any letter."
maybe it's a different. Where do yaks come from?
Yak
But yeah, other than the yaks are us. Other than the yaks are us, store.
Yaksmania.
Aren't they in like
Siberia.
Nepal or I don't know,
Yeah.
something like
Well, we can
maybe
find
it's
out.
well, we could.
Google.
Alexa.
Oh, let's see here.
Oh,
We
we're
do-
gonna,
okay.
we're gonna find out. You're gonna find out with us.
Sorry.
Doreen, are you looking that up?
I am.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
But
get you off
yak
track.
could be, part of the native language, and it probably just means something like,
Somebody got a
cow.
hairball.
Western China.
Yeah, okay.
On the plateau of Western China.
And what does it mean?
So maybe it's a Chinese name. If you know, you could let us know.
Is a yak a cow or a goat?
I don't know.
Neither.
I think it's a
Okay.
cow.
Long-haired domesticated cattle.
Cow. Okay.
Found throughout the Himalayan region of the Indian subcontinent.
There we go.
The Tibetan Plateau.
Uh-huh.
Northern Myanmar, Yunnan, I don't know these words, Sichuan, Gilgit,
Off that way.
Pakistan, Pakistan.
Let's just say it's
and
some
as far
sort
north
of,
as Mongolia.
okay.
So
We'll just
you-
say it's some
By the
a
gorilla.
foreign word, and that's where it came from.
And you were right, the Nepalese Himalayas.
Uh-huh.
So you're right about Nepal.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
I have to be right once in a while,
We
right?
are informative here.
So we did that this morning, and then we came back here to the sister's house, which is where we're staying. It used to be a nunnery. They're probably rolling over in their graves.
Not a bad idea. Why
Probably
not?
rolling over in their graves after having us here for 2 days. And what?
Like a brewer. Is that anything like a brewery?
Have you lost control already?
I've lost the room. Children,
We don't want it to be on camera, but we're sure.
I should never have said go get your alcoholic beverages.
We're
Because
sure yakking it up, aren't
it
we?
has gone down to this.
Uh-oh.
We're having a yak attack.
Oh God.
That's gonna depend how these last few days have gone.
That's on you, Julie.
There goes the makeup. Okay, so came home. People that eat lunch had lunch, and then we went on another adventure. Because while we were in town at Maryland's, I had to go to the grocery store to get a couple of things, and on the wall was a poster for of course it said now open, which I took to mean it was new. What?
My husband will really hate this.
Bedford, Nebraska. And so we hopped in the car and we took a very long route on some gravel roads and highways, and finally ended up in this small town of Spencer and went to the antique store. And the first thing that happened was we walked in the door and were hit with the smell of
Grandpa.
sewer?
in the back.
Sewer, maybe? Do you think it was sewer?
Yeah.
Or it was bad. Let's just put it that way. It was not pleasant.
No. Did it hit you before or after your run for the yardsticks?
Right as you walked in there was no. It hit you immediately, and it was bad.
And it stayed with you.
And it stuck with you.
Clear the butte.
So we weren't there a real long time.
Grandpa was very nice though.
Grandpa was very nice. He just stunk up the place. And
Take that Beano next time.
didn't find a whole lot there. The prices were pretty high, so we didn't find a whole lot. Got a couple of yardsticks for Dan to make yardstick boxes, and then I got a free ironstone pitcher
Mm-hmm.
with some crazing and bacteria, because that's how I like mine, was crazed and full of bacteria. So I will not be drinking out of this pitcher.
Decorative purposes only.
Decorative purposes only.
Or
So
pouring bath water.
came home, came back to the house, and
We went to Butte first.
oh well, yes.
Tell them that story.
I apologize.
She didn't do it deliberately.
No, I know. It was awesome.
Lori was looking for some other local, antique stores, maybe in the area, and she searched. Why did you search for Butte? Did you
Because I looked and I saw where were we? Spencer,
Spencer
and then the next town over was Butte.
was Butte? Okay,
So I Googled
to see if
Butte.
there was anything in Butte.
yes, Butte, Nebraska,
Nebraska.
antiques,
Okay,
and Google showed me that there were 5.
five stores in Butte, Nebraska. So we headed towards Butte, Nebraska, but it ended up being Butte, Montana.
Which I found in a few minutes later. We
Yes.
didn't go all the way to
We didn't
Butte,
go all the
Montana.
way. We didn't go all the way to Montana, but
Wait. Google's steering us wrong.
Google took a little bit of license with the search.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, well, there's nothing in Butte, Nebraska, but here's some in.
It was
Yeah.
a town of
Montana.
like what, 580 people or something.
tiny.
Five
On the
antique
way.
stores.
but it
Yeah.
was really okay because
it wasn't too
we got to take highway all the way that way instead of the dirt roads and but we're kind of liking those. Melanie and I got a little lost when we went to pick Rosie up yesterday and ended up on a
Minimum maintenance road.
minimum
Oh, no.
maintenance road, and it was definitely the minimum maintenance.
It had
Lucky.
mud. It had dirt.
No, it didn't have mud, thankfully.
No,
We
just
might
dirt.
not have gotten turned around.
Yeah.
We eventually did manage to get her, but it was an adventure. So we've done quite a bit of adventurous things this weekend already.
Some of them were roads too.
What was that?
Those roads were adventurous. We went from
Yeah.
gravel to
Yeah.
asphalt to
Yep. So that's what we've done so far. Plus some stitching has gotten done here and there.
Yep.
And hopefully everyone will show you what they're working on. Anyone want to show what they're working on this evening? I know some have been, those 4 have worked on the same thing yesterday and today. Rosie and I have switched up a little bit, but go ahead, Pam, show.
This is Fall on the Farm, and I'm on number 8 of 9,
On the farm.
and it's almost done.
She's got her little piggies. I don't know if you can see them, but she's got her little piggies going.
Yep. They're getting there.
Connie,
here's what it is.
pass it
Deck
over.
the palms.
Deck the palms from the Mindful Needle. Looks like this. And she's got Palm and Parlay Flamingo. You could finish the palm tree last night, right?
I did.
Before bed?
Yeah. It's a Christmas ornament for my sister-in-law. So she puts a palm tree up for a
Hopefully she
Christmas
won't
tree.
watch this video.
Yeah, right. No.
Don't worry about it.
No.
Rosie. red-winged blackbird from Carriage House Samplings. That's what she's working on today. Now, last night you worked on what?
Shenandoah by Carriage House.
I'm sensing a theme.
They're the only 2 Carriage House I brought.
Doreen, you wanna? Doreen is also working on the Fall on the Farm, and that's how far she's gotten, which is block number 8.
I'm just starting my pigs.
Oh, yep, she's got pigs started right here. She'll have it done in no time.
I hope so.
And Lori is working on, this is a funny story. I thought it was a funny story. So Lori, as you know, likes to pick up the stuff for, well, I don't know, she likes to do it, but she's generous enough to pick up the stuff for the state fair from my shop and take it to the fair. Except for this year, because nobody entered anything except for Natalie. And thank you, Natalie, for
Thank you, Natalie.
entering the fair. And Doreen.
Yes.
Okay. But the stuff that actually was brought by other people to the shop, it was just Natalie. And I appreciate it, Natalie. Thank you. Where was I going? Oh, okay. So that's who Lori is. So she actually entered
Or registered.
or registered the piece that she's working on, but she hadn't actually started it yet. So, which is really,
It's small. I'll have it
it's
done.
small.
I'm done. It's just a little.
It's just a little. It's going to be a card.
Yeah, it'll be a card
So
insert.
it's a little Santa.
That's all. See, you too can do small things and enter them into the fair.
Yes,
It's very
you
interesting
can.
for a card.
It is very interesting. It's very cute.
Do you need my address?
It really is cute. But I thought that was kind of funny that she had registered it for the fair and had even started stitching it. She has a lot of confidence in her stitching and how fast she can get things done, because I would never dream of doing that.
She'll fart around like
No, I
some
wouldn't.
of us.
I briefly thought about it. Because when Lori had told me she'd done that, I'm like,
What can I do in 2
what
days?
could I do in 2 days? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No way, Jose. Tonight I am working on my peacock. Peacock and scrolling roses. That looks like that.
That's so pretty.
So beautiful.
That one,
Oh.
isn't that gorgeous? And look at what she's done.
And I'm still working on this flower. I'm getting the leaf done over here. So
Fair 2024.
I'd really like to get it done in this next year,
Yeah.
because I have another one I want to do. And what did I work on last night? I worked on.
You started something new.
Oh yeah, because it was World Cross Stitch Day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I started. I must apparently be feeling the birds this year.
You love the
Because yes, I'm feeling the bird. Where is it? Where did it go, George? Here it is. Cooper from Kathy Barrett. Can you see it without there? And I got part of his head done. Not all, that part. And you're probably not going to be able to see it because I'm doing it over one on the Verdal again.
But
So-
you mixed up the bird all though, didn't you?
What?
You put crystal.
I walnut crystalled it, yes. I needed not bright white. So you probably can't see it too well.
Want me to hold it closer?
Can you hold it close enough without too much
Quiet.
trouble?
Okay.
So it's over one with the tent stitch on 40 count. There.
That's good.
Ooh.
There you can kind of see it.
Oh, just keep it there the rest of the
The rest. Thank you, Lori.
You're welcome.
So that's pretty good progress for last night. This light, this light is not as bright as the light I have at home. And I find that the brighter light, I can see a lot better.
Yeah,
So,
light is good.
anyway, so that's kind of a recap of what we have done so far. Tomorrow, I don't think we're doing anything other than stitching all day or whatever people want to do, because people can do what they want. If they want to lay in bed all day, they can lay in bed all day. Or Pam's like, yes.
So early.
At least half the day.
Well, see, downstairs you can't, down in the basement,
No,
because
because the
unless you
minute
guys
someone-
never move.
Yeah, the minute someone steps foot on this floor,
Hear it?
you're gonna hear it
And
downstairs.
sliding, please.
Oh,
But that's okay, because
Sliding.
Stop.
I think we were both awake
Oh, I was awake
Anyway,
at 6.
way before anyone stepped on the floor
Yeah.
anyway. So, and Connie, I don't know when she woke
Yeah,
up.
well, I was awake when you guys woke up.
So, so tomorrow will be a quiet day, and then we leave on Monday to go home. The car we're riding in will be stopping along the way. It may go back to something special by Maryland's. You're going back too?
My family's to get more wind chimes.
Or what?
Wind chimes.
Yes.
And another antique store, I think in Neely. So we'll have a couple more adventures on Monday before we have to
Rose,
go
you're
home
in charge
and
of
go back to.
getting all the yardsticks for me, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I left plenty.
I know we did.
I only bought 2 because he wanted too much money for his yardsticks.
That one was a good
Mhm.
color, though.
Yeah, one was a good color, kind of a teal blue, so it'll make a pretty box or tray or whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I have some icebreaker questions that I was going to,
Right.
if I can find my phone. What do I do with my phone? Rosie, ask a question.
Oh, well, no questions.
Where's your phone? Is it up on the counter?
No, I thought I had it
Glasses.
right here. I thought it was.
Do you want us to call it?
No, it probably slipped down in my bag. So anyone have a question? You know, we were talking about when we started driving earlier, so I'll just ask a driving question, which has nothing to do with cross stitch, but some of the questions tonight don't have anything to do with cross stitch. Can you parallel park?
Yes.
yes.
Can you drive a stick? So
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Now, do you have to parallel park without hitting the car? Or
yes, no
Oh.
hitting of cars, no hitting light posts or
It's a geometric formula.
anything
can you
else.
do it without?
It's a geometric,
cameras in
well,
your
that
car?
explains a lot. Geometric formula. Of course I'm not gonna I don't know where it went.
What?
Or send a
Good
text.
golly, Miss Molly.
So everybody here can drive standard?
I can't do a stick.
I can't.
I can, but
What the heck
I
is
still don't know where it is.
Let's narrow it down.
Is it in the drawer? Just because it's
Can
funny?
you hear me now?
No,
in your bag.
It's in the bag. Ah, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve. Sorry, guys. This is unedited. This,
That's pretty obvious.
this is
Please
fun.
bear with us.
This is
You'll
fun.
never guess.
Okay, no, Dan tried to teach me how to drive a stick. Cause I didn't drive until I was 22. So he took me up in this new neighborhood that was being built. We lived in Wyoming at the time. Took me up in this new neighborhood, and they just had the roads, so no houses. And he tried, and then he looked at me and he said, "You should just never drive a stick."
I just,
So you have to
I
try
couldn't
again?
get it. It was bad. So
see,
No.
growing up in the
I can't drive a
60s,
stick, and I've never tried parallel parking. So
I could teach you how to parallel park that quick.
you said it's a geometric thing, and I can't.
No, I could teach you.
I just can't.
Want to bet?
I can live. I've
$500.
lived
You can practice right
62
here. $500.
years. 62 years. I have
Wow.
lived 62 years without. I will just circle the block until there's one I can just pull into.
Big enough.
I will let you try in my truck. It's that easy.
No.
There's cameras.
That's all she has is a big.
Yeah.
I'll teach you.
No, thank you.
Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna teach her. Tomorrow I'm gonna teach her.
No, she's-
Next
she's
Floss tip, she's gonna tell you she can parallel park.
Not well. Not well.
Not at all.
And Doreen will tell you what kind of new truck she's getting when the insurance money comes in.
Not at all.
But see, I grew up in the 60s. I mean, I graduated from high school in 1970, so
Yeah, because she's old.
I'm so old. But that's all the vehicles were, really, was standard transmission. So, yeah, I did. And drag, I had trophies from drag racing, so.
I'm not guaranteed that, teaching that.
I might not
I
be able
know,
to
I
do
know.
it in 3
And that's,
things, but
if I wanted to drive a car,
Sometimes I
I had to learn
Sometimes I
about
can do it
stuff.
really
Well, when I was dating
Sometimes I can't.
Jerry, he had a
Scary Jerry.
Chevelle. Huh?
Scary Jerry.
Scary Jerry.
You
Sorry,
tell them
Jared.
that story.
That's all right. No, thank you. But he had a Chevelle, and so the closest I've ever come to doing
Was shifting for him.
shifting was shifting for him,
Aw.
which I could do that, but he had to do the footwork or whatever it
Was
is.
it
So
four on the floor?
that's as close as I liked that car.
Was it
It was a
On the- was it on the-
convertible, and
was it on four on the floor or was
it was on the floor. Yeah. I really liked that car.
But not Jerry so
Scary
much?
Jerry, not so
No,
much.
I like Jerry at the time.
You just dated him for the car.
Yeah.
No, I liked
Until
him
Dan came along.
until Dan came
And
along.
then your eyes were rosy. You put on
Then
those
they
rose-tinted
were,
glasses,
yes.
and that was it.
Okay,
Dapper Dan.
you ready?
Mhm.
Lori, we're gonna start with you.
Yeah.
We're on a reality TV show.
I know. I'm off the island.
This one's gonna be a tough one for you,
Okay.
so you're gonna have to think.
Okay.
Okay, if you were going to start a new project tomorrow, which she's one at a time, remember, mostly one at a time,
Mostly.
and that's fine. But if you were going to start anything in the world, it could be something you have or something you covet.
Mhm.
But if you were going to start, you have nothing else on your plate, and you're going to start a new project, what would it be?
Does it have to be in her stash?
No, it could be.
Not be anything. I can go
Nope.
shopping for.
It would just magically appear. The minute she says it, it would magically appear in her stash.
See, this is tough.
Mm.
It's always tough.
Because,
Because, in 2, we recently moved, and yeah, all my stash is in the basement, and I haven't seen much of it for 2 months. In preparation for the state fair, I had to collect a few things, which reintroduced me to a few of my things that I was able to have in my sight and go, oh, I need to stitch it, I need to stitch it, I need to stitch that. So my answer right now at this moment, and it could change in 15 minutes, is one of my fair entries is their summer hairs, and it's a kit that I got from Ukraine. And there's a whole story with that, but I finished it, it's framed, it's beautiful. In my search, somebody else liked it, and I did an internet search to try to find them a kit too, and I did, but in that process I found out that there was a winter hairs kit,
Oh.
and so I had to get that, and I have that, and I would like to do that. So that's my answer right now.
So it's a winter's hair,
It's a
and
winter's
it's a
hair.
Ukrainian kit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it come with?
Mhm.
I forgot.
You were asking Lori about this kid that she wanted.
Yes. So did it come? Did it come with the floss and the fabric, or because you said kit, so
Yes.
I thought I would ask.
Yes, it did. And if I remember correctly, the kit that I got, it was Madeira,
Okay.
which is
Isn't it kind of
they used to do threads,
Yeah.
some different, and slash, was it Zweigart? I think it was Zweigart. Yeah, so it's like a combination of, but I can't read Ukrainian or Russian, so I'm not quite sure
Me
about the
either.
whole thing. But it came with my original, no, this one does too, with a printed fabric
Okay.
that normally in those, well, my assumption at the time was that it was just going to be embellished.
Uh-huh.
You just like outline the rabbits or something, which I normally hate.
Yeah.
But it also came with a chart that didn't quite match the picture on the fabric. There were it was kind of a nightmare project, but it turned out okay. But yes, it came with fabric, and it did come with floss. I'm assuming Madeira floss,
Okay.
and it came with a needle. So it was a full kit.
Okay.
Long answer to your short
Just-
question.
Just curious.
But with the branding of Madeira and Zweigart, you would think that
All right.
everything would be there.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Thanks.
So, Doreen, if you were going to start something new, brand spanking new tomorrow, whether you own it, not own it,
So
whatever.
easy.
That's easy.
I brought it.
Easy answer.
This is from Al Forrest.
Oh, Al Forrest embroidery. Okay. Oh, this is that dinosaur one you were
Isn't it
telling me
And it
about?
is kid, it has the fabric and the floss. Look at the floss, it is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Is
What
it
is
silk or
it? Does it?
I don't know. I think it's cotton, but I'm not sure. I can't read Russian either.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, again, I'm seeing a trend here.
Their
Oh, okay,
stuff
so
is
it came
beautiful.
with
Yeah,
beautiful.
and it came with a needle minder and an extra kit, which is not there, but it came with
And the needle
a
minder.
chart.
Which
a
you
browse
probably,
or
you're not going to be able
Yeah,
to
that's
see,
what
but
you-
there is a needle minder. So it's a dinosaur, and the picture is really, really, Lori, I may ask you,
Okay.
but look at those.
Hold on. I'll hold everything. It's good. There's just a table leg right there. Okay.
So maybe hold that up a little
Okay.
closer so they can
Let's
see.
Yeah, it's a
It's
very
really,
small
it
picture.
really is cute.
Well, my grandson Alistair is 6 years old and loves dinosaurs. He knows everything about them. He knows where they're from, what they eat, their habitats.
Look at those pretty, I think they're so.
So my goal is to get that finished for him while he still likes dinosaurs.
Yes,
Right.
which as we know,
I know.
it's a fleeting thing, so
It is
yeah,
fleeting.
you're gonna have to
So I'm gonna
finish
have
your,
to. So as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna start that.
They're
Yeah.
beautiful.
those are beautiful, but I think they're silk.
They might be.
I think they are.
I vote so.
Maybe it says somewhere, because everything is in English in
They
there
do
as well
have
as
a,
Russian.
yeah, they do have it also in English.
Have you stitched an Al Forrest before, or just ordered
I have
one?
one.
So cute.
No, I have one, yeah, I would like to start.
I've
Maybe
tried.
100 else.
I have
That
a
is
couple
so
that
cute.
I would really like to order, and every time I try to pay through PayPal, it tells me that I can't. And this was before the,
Well, they're on
because I've been
Etsy now.
trying for like
Etsy.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get them on Etsy now.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah, and I always use PayPal when I pay through something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it took about 2 weeks to get here, maybe 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, there's a couple that I thought were
Yeah.
really pretty.
Well, I
that
have the
was-
turtle one that's also Al Forrest,
Mhm.
and I have that with me too. But I want to work on this and get it done for him.
Did that
It's,
come
it's
after
very
the war?
cute.
Before the war. After this, I just got this like a week ago.
After the, oh, okay,
2
cool.
weeks ago.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Yeah,
that's good to know.
yeah. Connie,
Yes, ma'am.
Bobani, you're gonna start something brand spanking new tomorrow. What is it?
I am.
And if this what's the word?
Fictitious.
Fictional.
Fictitious. Well,
Fictitious.
I guess
Whatever.
if I was being
Yeah, in this
reality,
Fictional.
not real world.
Fictional.
Out there.
reality fictitious, I would start kind and gentle, and I've got that kitted up.
Who's that by?
Kind and gentle from Artful Offerings. Okay.
Yes, and I've got that with me.
Okay.
Fictitious, I think I would probably do Death by Cross Stitch.
Really?
Oh.
Do you
wow.
own Death by Cross Stitch?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
But it's on your bucket list.
Is it really on your bucket list?
It's a 20-gallon bucket.
Okay. I didn't specify how big the bucket was. You know.
This is the perfect world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the
perfect
perfect world. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I wasn't a lame, lazy stitcher. I would own that. It'd be stitching.
I spent a good long time on Thursday before I came home from work because I wanted to start a long dog here.
Mhm.
And I wanted to start Legal High is the name of the one I wanted to start. But do you think I could
figure out what I wanted to stitch it on or stitch it with.
Well, see, that's what that one is.
No.
Was it a
Because
monochromatic?
yes,
Okay.
and I specifically ordered some antique white 46 count linen, thinking, because the white was way too stark. So I thought, oh, I'll do antique white. But I still didn't like it. It's still, the DMC 310 was still too stark on the
Oh.
on it, and I didn't care for it, and I couldn't find any other combination that I cared for, and I spent probably a good hour and a half playing with it, and I finally, looked at the clock and said, I gotta go home and pack. So I did not bring it with me. But I really would like to. That's not what I would start tomorrow,
Yeah,
but it is one that I did want to start.
there are several Rosewood Manors too. All of the flower ones, like the chrysanthemum
Did you,
and the
speaking
tulips.
of rosewood,
Yeah.
did you bring inspiration with you?
I did not.
You did not bring
I know,
inspiration.
and I actually pulled it out and started stitching on it
Did you?
maybe a year ago, not even that
Oh,
long ago.
okay.
And I put it back and I questioned myself because the last time you asked me this question, that was my answer.
Uh-huh,
2019.
yeah.
And it's still not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably
I haven't
stitched an
started
hour
mine
on it
either,
since
so,
then.
and that would be inspiration from Rosewood Manor.
Yeah, oh, it's beautiful.
And I haven't started mine either.
Well, did Lori tell you she found a picture of it? Somebody had finished it into a pillow.
Oh.
I would be so afraid. Somebody was very brave to do
someone
that.
is very, they must not have
I mean, it was beautiful.
grandchildren or animals
Or
or
animals
a
or
husband.
anything, yeah.
Because
I would be
even
so
Dan would do
afraid.
something
Yeah.
stupid with that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But I mean, it was really beautiful.
yeah. Oh, it's a
I'm really
beautiful
familiar
piece.
with that. I don't think I will when I see it. I'll go, oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you'll know it when
Well,
you see it.
I think the longest one that I've kind of thought I'd really love to do is Rosewood Manor is the spring, winter,
Quakers.
the summer Quakers.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's, yeah.
And somebody had them on Stash and Load board already kitted up, and they were selling them with the fabric, the floss, everything for a reasonable price.
Wow.
I just couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger on it.
They're not a, I haven't done those, but I did the Diamond Quakers.
Yes,
And it's not a terrible stitch. It really
No.
isn't.
it's
They're
just
fun.
you just dedicated to
And
it.
Yeah.
the colors are so pretty.
Yeah.
Do you remember Colleen when she'd come to retreat? She had all of them done.
Yes, she did.
She really did a lot of Rosewood Manor, and they were so gorgeous.
They are pretty.
Oh.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes,
If you had to start something tomorrow, or wanted to start something tomorrow in a perfect world, what would it be?
I would like to start the Stitching Needles by no other than Julie.
Oh,
She relates.
Yep, this was our last Frills Retreat project. I'm not sure how well you'll see it, but
Need help?
no, you don't need to. It's fine. So, well, that's nice if that's the one you would.
That's the one I
Out
want
of
to start.
everything in the world,
Well,
but it would be this one. I'm very flattered.
out of the 100 I have at home.
But I don't think you have that many at home, do you?
Yeah.
You do?
Well, she just finished that too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the one
That
you
you did
did
too.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another of mine. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't have 100 of yours, but I
No,
have
I don't
100
have
of
100.
That's be hard because she hasn't done 100.
I've done
You
100.
know.
They're
Yeah, I
all
haven't
under
done
half.
it.
Probably won't ever do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a slow stitcher,
I'll have
so
to fix my Ort container from last fall.
I have that stitched, but I don't have it finished.
It's going to be a very tight finish. So
Remind me to talk to you about that.
What?
Remind me to talk to you about the Ort container.
Okay.
Rosie.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. So, in this fictional world,
Yes.
what would you
I
Start
want
with
to start Quaker Village by Rosewood Manor.
village? Do I know?
Okay.
Do I know what that looks like?
Julie, were you surprised that I didn't pick my my Hawk Run Hollow?
No, not at all.
The one
But it does. The long dog does surprise
Yeah, I love that. But you
me
know,
because
part of
it's
my
huge. And
huge.
You do small.
Yeah, but part of my problem with that is just not knowing what I want to stitch, what floss and fabric. Because it's
I'm right there with
monochromatic, and that's one of my hesitations on it. And it is a lifetime project.
Yeah. I should say I did find a combination that I was happy with. And that was not carriage black. Black coffee on the antique white. Because the black coffee has enough variegation to it that it wasn't so stark on that stark fabric. But you need like 118 meters of floss to do it, which is like 126 yards, which is a lot. And I didn't have that many skeins of it, so and I wasn't
want to get it all at
want it all at once.
Do you own this one, Rosie? That
I do.
You want
I
to
have
do?
the
You do.
chart. Yep. It's. I don't have my phone.
Quaker. Oh,
That's it.
okay. Let me see.
Thank you, Lori.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't either.
I think I've seen it, but it's. I guess I wouldn't have expected it to
Can we
be
show
called
it on the
Quaker,
screen?
Quaker Village.
Yep.
Yeah, we can.
I just love it.
I don't.
Okay.
Sorry, Lori.
It's
You're
okay.
not going to get any stitching.
She needs a rolling chair.
We should just sit Kate right there, and she can do this.
Yeah,
She
it's just-
could be our-
It's very pretty.
Mhm.
I love it.
It's very pretty.
It's. I
Really
just have the
ambitious.
chart. I don't have fabric or floss, but it's all VNC.
Okay, so what has prevented you from starting it? Other than the fact you don't have the fabric and the floss. But you have the chart. How long have you had the chart?
A couple of years.
A couple of years.
Yeah.
So
I got started this
that's
fall.
that's something that I have several things that were like my very, very favorites from past markets and stuff. My favorite charts, and I haven't started, and I don't know why.
Remember that one you just were stunning, that red and white?
Yes,
That
yes,
one, yes.
I have that one started though, but I haven't looked at it in
Yeah.
years. And it kind of, when I stop and think about it, I'm like, why? Why don't I stitch those ones that I am absolutely in love with?
That's the next challenge.
Well, I remember last year my answer was Marbeck Nativity. That's another one that I still want to do. We were talking, Rosie and I were talking about
That's
that.
a biggie.
Yes, it is.
That's a
I
biggie.
hate that frame though.
Oh,
Brown,
yeah. There's
But
got to
we
be
end up
some
with
other
them.
way. There's got to be some other way to finish it.
I just looked at them today online, and there's no other way people have finished it.
Yeah, it's always that frame. And somebody else built a different wooden frame,
Right.
but the same
Same
style.
shape.
Yeah. But
Somebody
there's.
shortened it and took off a couple of angels.
Yeah,
and
they did like the miniature version. Or no, that wouldn't be miniature.
making it a more
Abridged. The
Abridged.
abridged version.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
note
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, there's like the
Exactly.
nativity and one shepherd and one king, which
The
kind
angel
of
at the
defeats
top.
the whole and the
Each
angel
with
at the
two
top,
angels.
and on one piece of fabric. But it kind of lost it without the three kings, at least.
No,
All the animals.
those individual charts are just stunning.
There. But it's a challenging piece. and
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to frame it. Sorry.
Each do it and give it to you.
I would
Dang.
not want to
Julie
frame
can
it.
work her magic.
No. Okay, this is a non-stitching question. This is just more for fun.
Okay.
So, which is your favorite and why? Okay, John Travolta in Grease, Urban Cowboy, or Saturday Night Fever?
Grease.
Now,
Urban
wait a
cowboy.
minute.
All the way.
Rosie, I'm going to start with you.
I think Urban Cowboy.
Because
Well, it makes a fine cowboy.
I would concur. He does make a fine cowboy.
Pulp Fiction. He was in Pulp Fiction also.
Yeah, I know, but
This
these
is
were
the
he was
choice.
kind of his three
3. Yeah.
like musical type dancing.
I kind of like that era too. The
When
Western
the-
and the
when the-
70s and
when the urban cowgirl was around. You know, My
Yeah.
college roommate, I don't know if I've told you this, my college roommate actually left school that first week of college because when she came into the room, I had, which is another story, so I should back up. I'd gone to you remember drive-in movies?
Yeah.
Okay, I had gone to a drive-in movie that summer before I started college with my older sister and one or two of her friends. We were in I think it was Dad's Gold LTD. And there was a car, I can't remember how many people were in the car, but one of the guys in the car next to us had this Billy Jack hat, you know, the black Billy Jack hat on. And I won't bore you with the whole story, but let's just say we ended up taking Billy Jack home that night, not to our home, but to his home, because the people that he came with left him there. Like he was in our car visiting with us.
You mean kind of like what happened at Maryland's today?
Yeah, we left Pam.
Pam behind.
No,
we
we
were
didn't.
still there, but
Yeah.
anyway, so we ended up taking Billy Jack home. I don't remember. That's why I'm calling him Billy Jack, because I don't remember his name. We took him home because his friends left him behind, and he left his hat in the car. And when I went to school, I took the hat with me because, you know.
Why not?
Oh,
Why not?
and it was laying on my bed when she came in. Maybe. And she assumed that I was some city cowgirl, which she was a small town girl, and she had a prejudice against city cowgirls, I guess, and so she wasn't real thrilled with me. And then there was, my brother went to school at the same college, and I knew a lot of his friends, and they were coming over to the dorm just to check in and make sure that I was doing okay. And so she saw these guys coming to the dorm and just assumed I was no one she wanted to have anything to do with. And she left school. She packed up and left.
That's
Do you know she's still probably waitressing in a
No, she came back.
Oh, okay.
Her mother came back, and she was only gone for like overnight. And we had to do this get to know your roommate thing, where you had to go off in a corner somewhere and you both had to answer the questions, somewhat like we're doing now. Get to know your Stitcher. And through that conversation, she realized that I was not necessarily a city cowgirl, and I wasn't easy and sleeping with all these guys. So, yeah, that's what she
So
thought.
she moved back in, or?
Yeah, she moved back
Okay.
in, and we became really good friends and kept in touch for a long time. So,
Cool.
but anyway,
Anyway.
that was, where were we?
John Travolta.
John Travolta, yes. So that's, yeah. So he does make a good urban cowboy.
Yes, he does.
He does.
Good
Okay.
dancing. in
So-
that one.
Yeah. Pam.
Oh, I liked Grease. I liked the music in it, and just John Travolta was full of energy and kind of stupid, but that's kind of how teenage boys were. And, yeah, I just liked it.
It's very sad that Olivia Newton-John passed away.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
She was a good person.
She had some great music.
Yes, she did.
Connie,
Urban Cowboy.
urban cowboy, because
I was living in Texas when it came out.
Did you go to Gillies?
Oh
Is it
yeah, we
Gillies?
partied at Gillies.
Did you?
We partied at
I always wanted to.
Billy Bob's and I met John Travolta too. So.
Oh.
When?
Wow.
How?
Well, when I was living in Texas, he was at the I was working for a dental office, and he was at the doctor's office 2 doors down from it. And the doctor's nurse came. That was before hip hop. She came running in the back door. She goes, Connie, quick, come here. So I went out the back door and into their office, and she goes, said, well, you just wait here till he comes out. He's asked, you know, she wouldn't tell me who it was. And then we walked out, it was John Travolta. I saw his pee. Well, he was
Did it
getting,
look like everyone else's?
you know, I was very
Or
disappointed.
did it sparkle with
Yes.
shine and glimmer and noises?
Do little dances in the cup. Yeah.
And got a picture with
There
her.
were so many violations.
He needed to get a flight physical. You know, because he was a pilot and he was,
Yeah.
and the doctor, that was one of the physicians that gave flight physicals. And so he was in there getting the flight physical.
Yeah.
That's before eBay and stuff, or I would have taken that paper off that table. John Travolta's butt was on here.
No HIPAA violation.
No, that's before
That's
HIPAA.
No.
That's before HIPAA. Yeah, but I still love Urban.
And Doreen,
Grace.
Grace.
100% Grace.
really? Because
I didn't really like Urban Cowboy. And I loved Saturday Night Live, or Fever, whatever it
Fever.
is. Saturday Night Fever. But they were some messed up kids. They were living on the wrong side. Grace was just good, innocent fun. It was an era that I would have loved to have lived in. When I was a teenager, I said I was born 10 years too late. The music, I still love it. And then when I was dating Terry, we'd be driving down the road, I'd be playing, it was a cassette tape at the time. And I'd be, car dancing to it while he was driving. Too many memories. Grace.
all very good reasons, yes. Lori?
I am not a very big John Travolta fan, but out of the three choices, I'll say Grace.
Grace? Same reasons as
Pretty much.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
music.
yeah. I really didn't like Urban Cowboy. Yeah, Saturday Night Fever. Love Bee Gees music. But-
That's great.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan. So out of the three, lesser evil, Grace.
okay.
What was yours, Julie?
Urban Cowboy?
Is it because of
You know what?
He's a hot cowboy.
See?
That's just. But here, the interesting thing is, if you stop and think about his character in all three of those, he was kind of a jerk. In all three of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Saturday Night Live.
I did like him in Michael.
Michael.
I
I
like.
did choose Michael because I
Okay.
figured everyone else would. I mean, if he was, if that was in the mix,
Okay.
Oh, I love Michael.
you choose
I
Michael.
like.
And I love
I loved Michael.
Yes.
He was
That was
He's an
your
angel.
Oh,
Dark
that's
Angel like him.
yes.
Yeah. I actually liked it for not liking him as an actor. I liked him in that movie.
Yes. Yes. But I deliberately left Michael out of the
Yes.
mix,
And
and
Phenomenal.
it went more with the. That was good
That
too.
was a good one. But he didn't dance and sing in that
No.
one.
No.
So I went with the dancing, singing kind of thing because
Good
he's
choice.
got good hip action.
Oh, yes. The man can move her hips.
Yes, indeedy. Mindy McCready. Okay. This is going to be more for those people with whips. And we know that.
I blame you for all of it.
Absolutely.
And you know what, Rosie?
Yeah.
And we paid her for them
And we
too.
paid her for the privilege.
Thank you for the privilege.
Thank you.
Did I ever say what new project I would start?
No.
I love dog.
No, you did not.
No,
Yeah, you
No, I
said.
don't think you did.
It wasn't long ago?
it wasn't the long dog. No,
What
I
would
never
you?
did.
I
No.
don't think you did.
Okay, well let me back up to that.
John Travolta.
Let me back up to that. If I was going to start a new project tomorrow,
In the perfect thing.
in a perfect world, where it would get finished,
Oh, it has to get finished.
you know,
Oh,
it's a perfect world. So in my perfect world,
Yeah.
it would be one that I would start and actually get finished. I would probably restart my piece sampler because there's just no way I'm doing it on 40 count over one, and I know, but I'm doing it on linen.
Yeah, crappy. Well, I love 40 count linen,
Yes,
but not over one.
Not over
you need
one.
your Verdal
That's 80
stuff.
count, right?
yes.
So
I
what
would
you do?
I would restart it. I don't know if I would do it over one though.
40 over 2.
I might do 40 over 2 or maybe,
Just
yeah, because I've
25
got
over
all the silks and it's not
Okay.
skinny silk. So it would probably be the piece sampler that I would restart. In my perfect
Perfect
world,
world.
because it would be finished.
Yeah.
all right.
In this world, it's probably
Not so
never going to happen.
Hmm.
Because it's big, it's intense, but it's beautiful. Okay, now, we're gonna go back to Lori.
Did you just finish with Lori?
We did finish with Lori, but
Okay.
your answer will be fairly short
Good.
because you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have a lot of
Right,
words.
okay.
So if you could finish any project that you already have started
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
if you could finish it, and magically speed up your stitching
Yeah.
and it's done tomorrow, what would it be?
Julie, you're gonna have trouble with this. You've got about 200 to go through.
I know. That's
So hard. Inspiration.
inspiration.
Yeah.
And you have that started?
Yes, I did at one of the retreats when we
Okay.
did Mania, and we had to have a
you did
start.
Mania. Okay.
So probably, what was that, 2019
Probably
seems to be a big year.
It is, yeah.
Probably whatever
Yeah,
retreat
that's
we had in
before everything
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the spring. That was
Okay.
one of my starts. It is started. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Doreen.
And it's the last time I saw that also, was that
Okay.
retreat.
Well. I know I should say something like inspiration or hot on hollow, but to be
No.
honest, if I wanted to finish something tomorrow, a whip. I want to finish. I'm working on Half the Fun by Ink Circles. I got it at market last year.
Yeah.
And I'm about a third of the way finished, and I really want to finish it. And if I had it finished, I could really concentrate on the dinosaurs better. Whereas the others, I'm not going to pull them out right now. They're not going to take the place of the dinosaurs. So if I could get Half the Fun done tomorrow, this weekend, I'd be happy.
Did you bring it?
I did.
Well, get on it, sister.
I haven't finished number 8.
Oh, who said?
It's a stitch along. I have to do it. It's the law.
There are no laws except for make sure your crosses all go the same direction.
That was a lot. Julie would be in prison.
I would. Yes.
Stitch along fail.
I am a big stitch along fan.
That's why Hawkeye is
I
not
will
finished.
never ever
I
do
am
another
fail.
stitch along.
But they are so fun to start.
They are fun to start, but I just know, but I'm gonna fail. I already know.
2 out
I'm
of
gonna fail.
12 squares.
To those Mary Claytons.
Hey, I worked on it not too long ago.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah,
That's one I need framed. Where's like,
okay. Connie,
I don't have many whips either.
I know you don't.
I don't. Probably Shannon Christine's craft room.
Okay,
Those
You know,
are
this
the-
one that has that big
yeah. The
sewing machine and yeah.
Yeah,
I could get, hopefully, maybe if I got it done, Kit would get my craft room done. No? No? Okay.
no, he's too much like Dan.
But I thought, well, if I got the chart done, then maybe,
You might have to throw a hissy fit in order to get him to work on it again. It usually spurs Dan to action for a short period of time.
I don't throw hissy fits. I just lay them out there. I don't throw them.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
well, I don't have very many whips either. I have this one I'm working on and one other. So I'll finish this one tonight though, and then I'll start finishing Under the Dome tomorrow,
Okay.
which is also by Joyce.
Which is also by me.
Ah,
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
Suck up.
The only one who's somewhat like me has a lot of whips.
I
And they're
do.
all my fault.
Like 30. I have like
Oh,
30
that's not
whips
that
now.
many.
Maybe more.
Uh-huh.
But it mostly started with my first retreat.
Yeah.
That was pretty
After
monogamous until
Until you,
I
Until you
started
started hanging
going to
out with us?
retreats. Yeah.
well, so was I pretty
What do
monogamous
you-
until I started working at the shop.
That's bad.
That's
really hard.
You know, bets were off at that point.
The one I would finish is Huckleberry Farm.
Like Malika.
Okay, from
She was trying to
Blue
match
Flower?
Blue Flower.
Blue Flower.
I'm loving the stitching, but it's very big.
Yeah.
Large, but I would love to
That
have
would be
that
the one
done.
you would want to have
Yep.
finished.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think for me it would be the same answer as the last one. It would be my piece sampler
Oh.
that I would like to have. If I could finish it, that would be a start and a finish all in one day, which would be asking for a lot. But I think that's what I would do, because it's such a beautiful sampler that I think it would be that particular one.
Whose piece sampler are you talking? Is it Heartstring?
No. It's an out of print, and that's all it's called is piece sampler. I don't know if I can find it on here or not. You don't even find it for sale very often online, like on secondhand places. And I can't remember the name of the. Hold please. Images. Every once in a while it'll come up when I put in the piece sampler.
Why don't you ask your listeners what they would,
What?
why don't you ask them this question, put it in the comments?
People are yelling at the screen right now.
They
Yeah.
probably are. I'm not gonna keep looking for it because it probably isn't gonna show up. Look for something that's big, Lori. Really, really big. Got a big brown scrolly thing in the center of it. Okay, next question. This is just a fun one. What musical group, singer, or duo can you not stand, and why?
Not stand.
Do not like, cannot stand.
One asker.
No, this is if you cringe when it comes on,
Singer or duo or band.
or band,
Oh,
musical
okay.
group that you just can't. Do you want me to start while you guys think? Because I know who it is. Mine is Meatloaf.
Really?
I cannot stand Meatloaf ever. And there's a story behind it.
Okay.
Okay, so it goes back to college.
Okay.
And I was started dating Dan. He kind of sort of had a girlfriend when he met me. And she had friends in the same dorm as what I lived in. And they pretty much made my life hell the year that I was in. They would do things like hang bloody tampons on our doorknob.
Oh,
Gross.
The RA would put up happy birthday signs, when it was your birthday. She'd put them up at 5 o'clock, and at 5:05 they were ripped down and shredded into pieces on the floor. They'd leave, you had memo boards on your door for people to leave you a message. They left me nasty messages. It was not fun. And the people that lived in the room next to us played Meatloaf at 2 a.m.
They really like Meatloaf.
every night.
Okay.
No. They did it.
Oh, to be mean.
Did it to be mean.
Okay.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, they would crank that baby up and play. What's that one? Paradise.
By the
Yes.
Dashboard Lights. Or,
Yes,
yeah.
that was
Great
yes.
song.
No, no, it's an
Yeah.
awful,
Not at
horrible
2 in the morning
song.
blasting.
Awful, horrible song.
Yeah.
I hate Meatloaf. Hate
But
it.
there's that other, what was this other one?
Now I did get a little revenge.
Okay.
you married Dan.
I was
You got married.
I was a big Donna Summer fan,
Okay.
so they got to listen to Donna Summer
All
at all
right.
hours of the day or night.
Okay.
To the point where my roommate was not real happy with me about it either. But But I'm like, no, if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna play Donna Summer. So, okay, who's next? Who wants to answer next?
I will.
Okay.
ABBA.
Oh
No.
no! No!
No.
I love Alice.
The song I can't really stand. There's several songs. And one day when I was working at
Everybody's gonna start
all
singing
three
it.
of
I'm
them
gonna
came
cry.
on in a row.
Oh, jeez.
I can't stand Maggie May, the song Maggie May
Okay.
by Rod Stewart.
Yeah, no, I can't
No.
stand that one either.
Ebony and Ivory.
No, I don't like that
I
one
hate
either.
that.
But
And
none of those are ABBA.
no, but those are my songs that I can't stand.
Okay.
And there was one other one I can't think of it right now. But yeah, I don't care for ABBA.
Seriously.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I still play my ABBA out, you know, I think it's
Greatest
ABBA Gold or
But
something.
you know what's really weird? When
Yeah.
they do come on, I'm singing along with them.
Yeah.
Going,
Yeah,
And
kinda
we
I
went to
hate you,
see
I hate
a
the
band,
song.
it wasn't ABBA, but it was like a copy band
Uh-huh.
that did all their songs and
Cover
they dressed
band.
up. I don't know what you call it, but it was great.
Uh-huh.
there are others that I dislike, you know, but
Like the Beatles and Elvis.
no.
Elvis is my answer.
Is it?
Yeah. Elvis is my answer.
Highly overrated.
I like it.
Highly overrated.
Yeah.
I
Great
don't.
voice, though. You can't
No.
deny he had a
No.
great voice.
Yes, I can.
I,
Yes, I can.
Oh my
Yes, I can.
no.
And I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan either.
I like Kid Michael Jackson. I don't like crazy.
Yeah, Kid Michael Jackson, not old.
For me, it's Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, he's not
I don't
He's
like.
high on my
I'm
list.
just not
Yeah.
a fan of Bruce Springsteen.
Ma'am?
I don't know. I can't think of anybody offhand that I really don't like.
Bruce is
Wayne
watching this.
Well, that could be one.
I saw him in Vegas.
Don't
He's
fish.
amazing.
Oh,
Darling,
good
don't
shit.
fish.
He's very entertaining.
What's yours?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Very
know. I mean, there are some songs I don't like. One of my recent favorite bands is called the Handsome Family, and so I will play
Yes.
the. It's like a country blues, southern Louisiana type music. We call it our swamp music,
Uh-huh.
and so I will ask Siri to play the Handsome Family music. And there's one song that I think Great Grandma was singing, and when it comes on, I have to turn it off. It's just that
Oh.
bad. But I love the band.
Okay.
I can't think of any.
Not every band can
But
have.
I don't like.
There's some
Really?
there's some
Really?
female singers like Whitney Houston and some that I'm not a big fan
Oh,
of
I
either.
like
I mean, there's some I'm not a fan
Lovers.
of. Bruce Springsteen, my husband can't
Mhm.
stand
I
him.
Donna
can't,
Summers,
he's
you know.
not, he doesn't
He's
really
not
do
one of my
much for me.
favorites.
What about you,
Beyonce
Pete? You guys out there in Prostitute land, who can't you stand to listen to? And
Who
why?
was Elvis, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Please don't insult our choices.
I
Go ahead and
We're
insult
three
me.
friends and we all disagree.
Please continue to watch us even if you don't disagree.
Yeah. Yeah. How about?
It was
Well, if they sang like that, I wouldn't like them either.
That's what they sound like in my brain, okay?
Oh, that's funny.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Oh,
My first
yeah.
45. Let's get down tonight.
I like it.
I love Casey and the Sunshine Band.
You know, we're all
Record
big, all
everybody was
old
getting down
ones.
tonight.
So we are.
Well, because I don't know the new
I don't know the new ones. I can't sing any of the new songs. I don't know any of their one name things.
You're not going to say Depop or any of
Next
those?
thing I
No,
know, you'll be
no.
Oh my
insulting
gosh, tell me
Tony
about
Orlando and
serious.
Dawn.
I
Love them.
They weren't around for very long, but
Now
Tony
they were.
Orlando and Dawn were.
Oh,
Yeah.
Captain and Tennille.
I like them. Love them.
I like
Muskrat Susie. I'll bet some of these younger stitchers. They probably don't even know the Muskrat Susie.
You're going to
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, I like that.
They're cute. I always liked them.
Madonna.
And Prince, I think he's weird, but I like his music. You know who I know. I know.
Oh,
his
she's
sister.
got it
I have
now.
an
She's
answer.
got it now.
Madonna.
Oh.
Yeah, Dan
I
loves
do.
her, and I don't.
I mean, she has a good voice. She's got a great voice, but I do everything about her.
I liked
Outright
Borderline.
so much.
I liked Borderline, and then it stopped.
Yeah, she
I-
was on Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon the
Fallon.
other night.
Yeah.
I like Madonna.
She's trying way too hard to relive her youth.
Mhm.
I felt kind of sorry for her. I really did, because she just, she was wearing grills on her teeth and yeah, and talking about
I
wasn't
ruined
she
a
was
lot of
talking about
sweatshirts because of
seducing
Madonna in
him.
the 80s. Cut out the neckline.
Yeah.
So it'll hang over your shoulder.
Kim
That's
said
fun.
she wasn't
That was
very
fun.
nice to Jimmy Fallon either during that interview. I didn't see it, but my husband did.
I was not impressed at all. You know, Dan, of course, has always been a Madonna. Well, any skanky blonde. Taylor Dane was another one that he really liked. He loved
yeah.
Taylor Dane.
Okay.
And Samantha Fox.
Yeah.
She was kind of a
like
brief one hit
Yeah,
wonder, but
yeah.
she was kind of skanky
And-
blonde.
Yeah, you're right. Now,
And you know who I
Yeah.
don't like?
Is that why he likes me?
I think that's exactly why you're his
Stinky
favorite.
blonde?
Yeah.
She writes good music, but
I don't like Beyonce.
I'm not a big
yeah, yeah. But I like the music.
Oh, I like her music, but I
Yeah.
can't stand her.
Okay,
Yeah.
so flip side.
Reversal.
Let's go a flip side of that
Yeah.
question. But I'm going to narrow it down because I'm interested to see who you would pick.
Wait,
So-
that's favorites. You can't narrow my search.
I'm narrowing. Well,
Watch me now.
no.
Ask the
No.
question.
Hold on, Margarita.
Okay,
I'm going to give a bonus answer.
Doobie Brothers, the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
Fleetwood Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, favorite
Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers.
Yes to all
The
three.
Eagles.
The Eagles
Fleetwood Mac or Eagles?
or Doobie Brothers.
Oh, it's gotta be
Sure.
Eagles.
Eagles.
I don't
All
like
three of
Doobie
them are
Brothers.
good.
I know.
I was in
I saw Fleetwood Mac though,
Did you?
and they were great in concert.
And
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
Eagles.
So-
Stevie likes to twirl.
She does, but
She
you know,
does.
she's mostly blind.
And change your clothes. And change your clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go back and do a little tent on the stage.
Yeah.
And come back out.
Well,
It's
that's
Fleetwood
not
Mac
a
for me.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, but I do love the Eagles too.
I love Eagles
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Hotel California.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn. I like them both
I
equally.
like all
I'm
three
not a
of them.
Doobie
It's hard to
Brothers
say.
fan.
And
It
Doobie
is really
Brothers-
hard.
I love the Doobie
I
Brothers.
do.
Blackwater
You're making
was
me
one
pick
of my
one.
very
You're making me
favorite
pick one.
songs.
So I said Doobie.
I know.
Blackwater.
But-
This is Water Love.
I'd probably say Fleetwood Mac with Eagles close second.
Remember the album Tusk?
Oh,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good
yeah.
Turn up the bass on that one.
But you can't
You
beat
guys can
Rumors.
answer that question too.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have an all-time favorite
Song?
Band.
song, band?
Yep.
You know, someone that you still listen to?
Michael McDonald.
even- Michael McDonald?
Yeah, he's mine.
Oh, Elton John.
Oh,
Always Elton
yeah.
John.
I do like me some good Elton John.
I mean, if we're talking all time,
Yeah,
he never gets old. Right?
yeah.
I like Freddie Mercury from Queen.
Yes, I'm
I
Queen.
did not like
You know,
Queen.
yeah.
I loved Queen.
What's that song?
I was not a
just remember it comes on.
harder rock kind of person. I like the soft rock.
My all-time favorite song, and I can't even think of it.
Oh, this is that big a
It's
favorite.
that. I'm so much of that song favorite.
Yeah.
I've got the songs picked out for my funeral.
And those are.
Okay. Probably going up.
Elton John.
Elton's
Spirit in the Sky.
by Norman Greenbaum.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a lot of people's
Funeral for a
favorite.
Friend.
Terry
Elton
was
John.
funeral friend and goes.
no, see,
Yeah.
I don't know that one. Yeah, no.
I'm not
Love
familiar
Life
with
Leaving,
that.
Funeral for a Friend.
Elton John.
The other one is Dust in the Wind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love
That's
Dust in
Dust in
the
the Wind. And
I get the association.
there's another one. I can't think what it is. But my all-time favorite song is by the Animals.
Not animal. from
the Rising
Sesame
Sun.
Street.
House of the Rising Sun. Yeah,
I
all
love
the time.
that.
I could play that on the piano. I think I played it even for recital once.
Yeah. That's my all-time favorite
Can
song.
you still play?
No,
How
I
did
haven't played in years and years.
Really, what
Doreen
I really,
does though.
Doreen?
But I can't play
She
House of the
plays-
Rising Sun. It's one of the.
It's honey music. I can't
I listen to
play.
Andrew
Mine was a
Shelley.
very simple version.
Oh,
It was not
okay.
that good. Very simple version.
I actually sat down recently playing it on my phone,
Uh-huh.
trying to play along with it. I was like, I can't do this. I need music.
Yeah.
I think one of my all-time favorite songs, and is it by Chris Cross?
Christopher
Christopher
Cross.
Cross.
Sailing.
Red Like the Wind.
Cool Change. Time for
Oh no, that's
change.
that's not
who's that?
Christopher
Okay,
Cross.
who is it? And don't judge the singing. I know that it's time.
I can hear it in my head.
I'm that year. Is it Little River Band? Is it no? It's not. Is it Little River Band? Is that right?
Little River Band.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carrie
Yeah.
sings it, but that's one of my
Okay.
favorite.
Or is it
And then-
Ursula?
Look around.
No, it's not Air Supply.
No.
Is it?
And then there's a gal that plays the violin, electric violin, named Vanessa May, and she has a song which just went out of my head. Something a Dune. I think it's maybe an Irish,
Yeah, Little River Band.
the name of an Irish song or something. But anyway, I absolutely, it's just instrumental, but I absolutely love it. I'll crank it up on the thing and just stand there and listen to it.
Cool.
I think the band that I really ask Alexa to play the most of is Willie Nelson hits.
Oh, Dan hates Willie Nelson. I like Willie Nelson. Dan cannot stand Willie Nelson.
I'm 52.
I like his music. I don't like the man, but I like his
I
music.
don't like
Yeah.
anything about
That's
it.
a good voice too.
Okay, Pam, sorry.
No, that's okay. Actually, I like Frankie Valli.
Oh, yeah.
Four Seasons. I like the Beach Boys
The Beach Boys are good.
and the Temptations. I also like Neil Diamond.
Young Neil Diamond,
Mm-hmm.
not
Not so
now.
much now, yeah.
Oh,
Not-
Love on the
No,
Rock.
he's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And I don't like him in person. I don't like him live.
Oh, you don't? I've seen him
Uh-uh.
live twice. I've liked him.
Uh-uh. Don't like him live, but I do like his music.
Mm-hmm.
I like Styx. I've
Oh,
seen them in
I love
concert
Styx.
quite a bit.
No,
Mhm.
we smell them on there.
Six is good.
But my favorite band is Alice in Chains.
Get
I
out.
don't think I've ever heard of them.
Cool.
Yeah, love them. Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever heard of
Alice
Alice
in
in
Chains, not Allison.
Right.
Chains.
Alice in
Alice in
Chains.
Chains.
But
Okay.
I don't think I've ever heard of them.
Grunge. They're a grunge
Yeah.
band.
Oh,
Grunge
yeah.
band. They're still touring. They're going to be here
Pretty
next
much.
Saturday.
Country.
Ooh, you
Are
going?
you going?
I'm not. I have my reunion that night.
Oh, no.
But I would like to. But yeah,
You know, Black Sabbath.
I like.
Oh, yeah.
I do like.
Yeah.
I like hard rock.
I do like that one.
Yep.
Surprising.
Okay.
See, I like Jennifer Lopez. I like,
No.
oh yeah, I like her.
Sorry.
I like her. I think she's-
All right. Let's try a stitching question again.
We lost half our audience probably by now.
Do you set goals for your stitching and do you meet those goals?
No.
That's why I don't set goals.
Well, this is a goal.
Yes, that is a goal, and you will meet it.
Yeah,
right?
but it's also stress stitching,
as a
which
general-
I don't like. No, I
As a general rule, do you know?
a goal of finishing a project, which is why I don't have as many whips as a lot of you do. Just try to stitch as much as I possibly can around life. Generally meet them, I guess. Yeah, I very rarely. I don't like stress stitching,
Mhm.
so I try not to put myself in the situation of I have to finish this by boom. I gave up stitching gifts many years ago because, long story short, they usually aren't appreciated for the time and love that go into
completely
them.
agree. Yeah.
So I'm only doing this to please myself
Yeah.
and to keep me sane. So those goals are accomplished.
Mhm.
There's normally not a time frame, so I'm good with that.
Okay, Doreen?
Normally no and no. This is the Fall on the Farm is a goal,
Mm-hmm.
because I want to get each one done before the next one comes out, and I do want to finish it in the 9. But like Lori said, it's stress stitching for me. But on the other hand, if I put it down, I don't think it would just turn into another whip.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay, because I do love it. It's just adorable. But normally no. And as far as like stitching for people, this one for Alistair is the first one in a long time. And I didn't make him anything as a baby, and I did for Trenton and Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of driving me to have something for him. And if I can get it done shortly, like in a few months.
That was a goal, in case you didn't know.
If I can get it done, maybe by the end of the year, I would be real happy, and I think he'd still appreciate it.
Okay,
So, but no as a rule.
okay. Connie?
Very rarely. And 90% of what I stitch, I give away. But yet I don't set a goal to do it. Except for like this cute little Christmas ornament. That type of a goal. But, I just stitch and then, this is for so-and-so, and when I get it done, I get it done.
Yeah.
Pam?
No, I usually don't set goals except for trying every month to get
To get
things
that done.
Yeah, but
Okay. So that's
Other
an
than that-
exception to the rule.
yeah, that's an
Okay.
exception. So I just don't. I don't like to set goals either because if I do, I usually don't make them because
feel
I'm a
bad.
slow stitcher. So
Then you feel bad, and
And
then,
this is a hobby. It's not.
yeah,
This is a hobby. It's not something we're
Supposed to be
getting paid to
fun.
do.
Rosie?
No,
No goals?
no goals. No, I used to make things for babies and weddings and kind of cut back. I learned to make things that don't take nearly as long.
Yeah.
Maybe like a wedding sampler that takes 2 weeks or something, as opposed to a lavender and lace bride I made for my best friend in '92.
Oh.
Yeah,
Beautiful, but no.
It was gorgeous.
I didn't get my daughter's wedding sampler done before she divorced. So, I said, okay, that's it. I'll just change the date, and the next time she gets married, I'll just put it.
Yeah. No, I just stitch for me and no goals.
Yeah. I try not to set goals because I know I'm not going to meet them. So why put that? Yeah, and stitching's supposed to be for fun. So if I do set a goal, it's like maybe I want to finish this area tonight, before I go to bed.
And finish this thread.
Yeah.
Or finish that. It's that kind of
That's
a
reasonable.
goal, not a.
Yeah.
I'm going to have this finished by. The beginning of September.
By
Right.
retreat.
But yet you'll accept little challenges like Stitch Mania and those type of things.
But those
Yeah,
don't have
those
that.
those don't have an
That's
end
not a
point.
goal. Yeah,
That's not
so,
really a goal.
Yeah.
And I thrive with those. Like in 2020, when you did all the special challenges,
Uh-huh.
That was fun.
that was fun. And I did well. I stitched a lot in 2020.
Yeah.
And I finished a lot of whips. Was that 2020 or 2021?
Was that the 25,
Yeah, 25/7.
25/7?
I finished a lot
That
of whips.
was a good, and that was a goal.
Yes.
That was a goal.
Yeah.
I had something I wanted to get done. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it was you had to stitch 25 minutes or 25 stitches a day, every day, on a certain project. Because everyone can take 25 minutes or do 25 stitches a day without it taking up too much time in their day.
You would feel like you met a goal then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's kind of an exception. As a general rule, I try not to set goals because I don't want to disappoint myself. And it's supposed to be fun, not
Exactly. Yeah.
not
This is a stress reliever,
That's-
not a
yeah.
stress maker.
yeah.
Exactly.
Too much stress in the world the way it is. So
Yeah.
why put something like that on yourself? But I know some people love having that,
And they
But-
play the games. I mean,
that
with themselves. I mean, it's okay, but
Right.
like, what do they call it where they do a different one every day, like rotations
Yeah,
and things like that.
Yeah, I
that would drive me
I can't
crazy
do
because
a
I may not be in
rotation.
the mood to stitch on that.
yeah, don't tell
On the
me what
schedule.
They
I
spin the wheel.
They spin the wheel and let the wheel pick their project for the day, and I'd be like,
I don't wanna
you
do
are
that.
so wrong. That's not what we're doing today.
Yeah.
You be telling me what to stitch.
Yeah, don't be telling me what to stitch. So no, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work for me.
But if it works for you, that's great.
Yeah.
Stitch
Stitch you.
whatever
Yeah.
makes you happy.
Whatever makes you
Exactly.
happy. If setting goals makes you
Yeah.
happy, fine. It's not.
Well, and if it does, share the ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
What works?
Okay, so this is you're gonna have to think a little bit on this.
Yeah.
And it's a fun. It's not a stitching related one.
Those are harder.
Yes, I know they're harder. I know they're harder. So what is one thing you wish could exist but doesn't exist today?
Oh,
Oh,
world peace.
that's a good one. Okay, I'm not that noble.
Me either.
I wish there was a way to charge all of our devices wirelessly.
That's
We are wireless devices, so
But we'd have to plug them in to charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this cable.
Okay.
I look forward to the
That's a
day
good
when my
one.
phone will just charge from some satellite up in the sky.
Okay. All
Pretty
right.
cool.
Okay. I wish that from Star Trek the tricorder thing where they could just do this to your body and see what was wrong and then do this again and fix it.
Fix it.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I wish would
Okay.
be.
Yeah.
So you're so noble.
Yeah.
Ian.
That's awesome.
I
Flying
dream of a day when
cars.
it would be that
Flying
easy to diagnose and fix people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That would be super.
That would be.
Cure
Yeah.
for cancer.
Gosh, you guys make me feel
no,
so
well, I'm
selfish.
thinking my fat butt.
You guys said
Well,
flying
he's got
cars.
us one that's skinnier butt.
Or, like on Star Trek, how they beam you up from
Yes.
one place to the
Ah,
next.
yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
super cool
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
How to get to see your kids quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And cut out on a lot of this lawn.
Although I'm not sure I could do that. I'm not sure I could step up on that platform and
Oh.
let them beam me up, Scotty.
And know that
because-
you're going to be blasted into a jillion little
Yeah.
molecules and reassembled somewhere
Yes.
else.
You
Yeah, what
know,
if they put your nose here and your boob here?
You're upside down. Your ears upside down.
Or your ears That's what happened.
Oh my God.
maybe that's what happened to him. Maybe
It's like Men in Black from the future.
he was beamed up and it didn't all go well.
Find that picture again, Laura.
No, please don't explain about it. They don't- they
Okay,
don't
she
need to
doesn't
know.
want me to explain it. It was funny.
There's an actor whose ears are on upside down.
Yes,
A performer.
a performer whose ears are,
And I don't like his
they
music
look
either.
like they're upside down.
This music.
Did you ever see the movie? I think the name of it was called The Fly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
he goes and,
Yes.
and he ends up with the fly
Yeah.
head on the man's body and
Yeah.
the man's head on the fly's body and
Yeah. Now,
terrifying.
which one? The original or the one with Jeff Goldblum?
I think I saw the original.
Okay, which is just as scary.
I think I saw the
Yeah.
original. I might have caught part of the Jeff
Okay.
Goldblum one too, but
Okay, yeah, they're both.
I think it
scary.
was the original. Have you guys seen
Yeah.
that movie? If you
Yeah,
haven't
once.
seen that movie, you don't
Yeah.
want to see that movie.
Yes, you do. It's fun.
No,
Yeah, it's called
that was
Fly.
terrifying.
Yes, it
But
was.
that's why I don't think I could
Time
get
for
on
creepy
that
movies.
platform
Okay, I
and have
understand.
Scotty beam me up
Okay,
because
yeah.
unless, of course, when he beamed me back, I came back better.
Can you lose a
Taller
few
and
molecules?
I think it's Sophia Vergara or someone.
No.
If you could put me back together better, then maybe I'd do it. But no, I'd probably come back with the fly's head or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Save
I had nightmares.
Help me!
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare about
Yeah.
it.
Thing. How about the Thing?
Oh my
Yeah.
I
god!
don't think I
Yeah.
watched
I
that.
love that movie.
I
don't
love,
do scary
love slash
movies.
hate it. Yeah, I don't do scary movies anymore, but the Thing was really, really good. That scared the.
No.
Kurt Russell, he was not one of the options.
He's a fine looking man. though.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, look at Goldie Hawn.
yeah,
Isn't he with Goldie Hawn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at her too.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
yeah.
They're both beautiful people.
Yeah.
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 And it
They
sounds
make
like
re-
they're nice people too.
They make really good Mr. and Mrs. Santa Clauses.
Yes.
Oh, I love those movies.
I know.
I love those movies.
Yeah.
Yes, on Netflix, right?
I think
I think
so.
they're on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah. Those are really
The
good.
Santa
Those are
Claus and yeah. Okay, all right. Do you avoid purchasing new designs because of the number that you already have in your stash?
No.
Now let's be honest.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah, very sadly, yes.
you will not buy something because you already have
A jillion.
a jillion in your stash?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Unless, but then there's some that, oh man, yeah, then you have to have it.
No, I just contribute to my children's legacy.
If you remember the other day, I wanted to spend money, and I did not look at charts because I had too many, and I didn't need any. So I looked at the accessories and everything else.
Yes,
Fabric.
but need has nothing to do
To
with
do with it, yes. Some,
That's an ammo in.
it depends on the day.
Charts is
Sometimes,
half the fun.
sometimes want outweighs need, and most days it's the opposite.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
just,
it makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah.
And if this is the worst thing that I do in my life is
Yeah.
have too many charts,
Yeah.
I'm rocking it out, you know?
I agree. Connie, you're a no, you don't.
Well, you know,
You don't.
No, I don't really. And I said to Kit the other day, a while back, I said, you know, I really should probably stop buying, you know, this. I'm never going to finish it. I've only got maybe 10 years of stitching left. Maybe who knows
Is
with
there
the
a
eyes.
time on it?
No, but I'm saying if you think realistically about how your hands are going to be, your eyes, or you know
Yeah.
that type of thing, you know, especially with my, you know,
Yeah.
lubricants and everything. And he goes, but it makes you happy.
Yeah, just looking at
He says
you
you don't smoke, you don't drink much.
please note the glass. No.
My glass and one of my whips. Yeah. And he said, why not?
Mm.
You know, why not? So I said, go for it. So I go, could I have your credit card? You know, no, I don't let it faze me too much at all.
Okay.
I try to be a little more realistic with my purchases, though.
Mhm.
You know, like I didn't buy the death by
Cross.
cross stitch, that type of thing. You know,
Yeah.
I maybe narrowed that down a little bit. You know, but I asked myself, now, are you truly going to stitch that, or do you truly like that enough to stitch it?
Mhm.
You know, so that's usually yeah.
Diana?
I don't buy so much anymore because if I buy a new one, I'm gonna wanna do that instead of doing one of the ones that I really wanted to do that I already bought. So I wanted to get some of those done before I buy too much more. Although I still buy one once in a while.
Okay.
I have
Rosie?
no self-control.
I was leery.
Tuesday I come in.
Are we still talking cross stitch?
Yes.
Are we still talking cross stitch?
Cross stitch, yes.
No self-control.
I love charts.
Yeah.
They're fun.
It
And
brings
certain
me pleasure.
designs,
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like not stitching them. Oh, I love
figured,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, the collecting
Asked you about one
is
today.
just as fun.
You did. You did.
I mean, how many did I just have you bring me?
I don't know.
4 or 5, 3.
Three?
Well, I figure, push comes to shove, I will just start thumbtacking the patterns up to my walls.
Now let's just frame this picture here. And call it
Yeah.
And
No,
some
I-
do go out of print, and I
They-
guess
they
I
do.
worry about that a little bit.
Yeah.
They do, and look at what the crazy prices that people are paying for some of those.
Blackbird.
You know,
Mhm.
there are, yes, they're beautiful designs, but there are other beautiful designs that are still available and that aren't being charged
Mhm.
$400 for or whatever.
What's the latest thing that people are looking for?
Blackbird, Liberty, not Blackbird, a lot of Blackbirds, but that Liberty
The
Mirabilia.
Memorabilia one is still a hot
Oh, the
item.
Queen
The
of the
Lady of
Flag?
the Flag, yeah,
Related flag.
still a hot item. Even though
Really?
they came out,
They re-released
they
it.
re-released it for a short period of time for a limited run.
Oh, I didn't know that was like
Yes.
that.
Stargazer came out that way. too.
Yes.
See, that's one of the ones I want to do.
Short period of time, limited
Okay.
run, and then boom, gone.
And they did.
Well, I saw the Monopoly board the other day for $26,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was like, "Ooh, that's a great price." A couple days later, I saw one for $50, and a couple days later, I saw one for $100.
I
Yeah.
have that one.
Wow, I did too,
Yeah.
and I still want to stitch it.
Stitch it. I was gonna always put plexiglass on the top and use it.
Well,
Well,
Terry,
Stacy
my
did.
husband
Stacy
collects
stitched it.
games,
Yeah.
the Monopoly games.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of them, and my goal was to do that to make it a playable game.
Does he have the
Yeah.
Harry Potter version? Neither do we. And
I'd love to.
yes, we've got a million different versions because there for a while that's all Alex gave Dan for Christmas was a new
Same with
version.
Terry.
But
Isn't there
We
a
never got that
Stitchopoly?
There is.
there's a stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got it, I think, in my stories, but I should think it'd be fun to bring it sometime. But then, who wants to play a game when you can be stitching?
Stitching, yeah.
But those
I
are
know.
those
I
prices
would
that
answer that question.
people are paying for these things.
Yeah.
are
Blackbird,
ridiculous.
somebody
It is.
Blackbird.
Yep. It is
Of course, now if I
amazing.
have it, I wanna sell it, then it's all right if it's in line.
Yeah.
It
I
just
can't do it, I don't think I could do the outrageous,
No, I don't think I
to
could.
charge someone.
no.
I would like, let's say it's selling for 400, I mean, I wouldn't mind 50 or 60, even though I paid it 10. I mean, because there is supply and demand, and you should get
There
a
is.
little bit more for it, but not 5,000 times more than you
Yeah.
paid for
Yeah.
it,
There was something, and I don't remember what it was. There was one I wanted really badly, and I think I paid like
Drugs and
$35 for it.
Mhm.
And it would, when it was not discontinued, it was
Mhm.
good, 15. But that's not hugely over. I mean, I wouldn't go to 100 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little nuts.
And that one that you did, I can't remember the name of it, but it had the animals frolicking in the grass underneath and the black.
Oh, the one that Roxy
Well,
let
it
me.
was released again,
Was it?
and I bought it.
Recently?
Yes, but
Which one?
The Canterbury Designs Plantation Sampler?
Is that the one you're talking
yeah,
about? The one I just
yes.
did? That was re-released?
They said it was, but after I got it, I had some doubts that it was re-released, even though they said it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel icky about it, because I'm not sure that I paid for a legal copy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, sometimes you
And I
can't
don't know how
tell.
to tell. It's not the quality I would have expected,
Mm-hmm.
and so I feel really icky about it. Like I don't want to stitch that because it just doesn't seem.
Yeah, but that, I mean, you didn't know.
I know, but
But
still,
yeah.
maybe I should. I didn't research it. I just said, "Oh, it's been re-released."
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I maybe need to research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Julie?
What about me?
She high-fived me.
Oh, that's right, no self-control.
No self-control.
Well, it's easier for you, you own a shop, and you got more
Yes and
temptation.
no, but
No, I'm saying it's easier for you to be tempted and to keep wanting to buy because you got it in your face every day.
that's why I have that drawer in the file cabinet.
It's
And
easier.
I'm gonna have to
they'll
look
be-
in that drawer.
They'll be they'll be over here on the stand, and it will be screaming at me, Julie.
And it just pops
Julie,
magically
and
into the
magically it
drawer.
ends up in
Yeah,
that drawer
it's
in the
like-
filing cabinet, and eventually, then it comes out of the drawer in the filing cabinet, and it gets taken out of stock, and then it gets taken home,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and I
You got
start another
temptation.
drawer.
Now in my 20s and 30s, no control.
That's
We're talking
Which
cross
is what,
stitch.
yeah,
Which is why you have what you have now.
yeah, which is why I have what I have right now.
Yeah.
Is that what that
Did
was?
you do exhibit some control?
Mhm.
I don't.
I did then because it was financially.
Mm.
You know, I had self-control because it was a financial situation.
Well, I also kind of think,
Yeah.
you know, when Dan retires, there's not going to be
The money's to,
money to be buying. So
Planning ahead.
I get it now, and
Yeah.
I kid them up.
And that's some of what I think
I
of
get
too.
'em up,
It's
yeah.
like no.
Well, and that's the other thing. I just retired, and when I was spending money I earned, I didn't feel so bad about it. But now I have this much money to last for the month, and it's like, what else am I going to need or
Yeah.
want?
Yeah, I miss not having my own
Mhm.
paycheck.
Yeah, I'm kind of missing not having my own paycheck.
So I don't have that burden of,
Yeah.
because I've never made money. So it's always been Dan's money that I spend. So I don't really have that mindset in my head. I just know that, you know, there won't be
That's kind of
money, a ton of extra money when he retires. So like, I'm going to get it now while I can.
Mhm.
And then I won't have to. And like I said, I kid him up. I don't just buy the chart.
Okay.
If I buy the chart, I'm also buying the fabric and the floss for it,
Okay.
so that I don't have to worry about it.
Do you rent? How long have you been stitching, roughly?
42 years.
Okay. So
roughly.
do you still have a lot of things that you bought 40 years ago?
Yep.
Do you still like them, or do you find that your tastes have changed and it's like, oh, I don't like this as much as I used to, or oh my God, what was I thinking?
As a general rule, I still like what I bought even for 42 years ago.
Okay.
A lot of the things that I liked then were like Paula Vaughn and
You know,
the Mirabilias, and I still like those. I
Cool.
still want to stitch them.
Mhm.
It's the back stitching that kind
Yeah.
of, you know, we've talked about back stitching before.
Right. I'm doing it right now. I'm happy about it.
It's why I don't do more of what. But if I miraculously ran out of other things, I would have no problem going back and
to a Paul Vaughn or
and
something.
pulling some of those things out
Mhm.
that I've collected for years and years. Because I've gone through it and I'm like, yeah, I still like that. Because I keep thinking I need to whittle down.
Mhm.
You know, my son has already told me it's all going in the dumpster when I die.
God.
And that's fine. I'll be dead. I won't care. But
We will. We'll care.
well, you'll just have to make sure that you're standing in my driveway when the
Okay.
dumpster comes.
Yeah, he needs somebody's
Pull it
phone
out.
number, and
But
we'll be over and help him with that.
yeah, I still like a
Assuming
lot
we
of it.
all outlive.
I was going to say,
Mhm.
this.
Oh yeah, because I'm going in another 10 years. I'm done.
We need to put Stacy in charge of all this,
Yeah, she's the young
our
one.
overseer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I still like it. But I just thought I should whittle down,
Mhm.
and I'd be flipping because I've got these big black binders full of things that I have.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd flip through the page. Nope, I still like that. Nope, I still like that. Nope, I still like that. I ended up not getting rid of anything.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
even some of the stuff in the 80s. I look at it.
There's still
and it's-
some good stuff.
There is.
Yeah.
And some is just sentimental. You know,
Mhm.
this was so in back then, and I might not stitch it, but I remember when I bought it.
Yeah, the
when I
thought makes
bought
you
it.
happy.
Yes.
I still have all my magazines.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Me
You know, I
Me
have
too.
Cross Stitch
Others.
and Country Crafts, the
Yes,
Leisure Arts,
yes.
For the Love of Cross Stitch.
Yes.
What was that one?
Celebrations.
I did
Treasures.
have some treasures.
Treasures and needlework.
Treasures and needlework.
I
have
didn't
two
get
sets
into
of
that.
those.
I
Do
would.
you?
Oh,
I have two sets.
I need to look at
I
that
started
sometime.
that Sandy Orton Wiseman on
Oh,
blue.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
ripped it out of the magazine. I
man.
still have it with it, but it's just funny. But I can't find any of the threads. They went with it.
Oh,
Just
really?
the, yeah.
They're missing in action.
So, but yeah.
Now all of that stuff from the 80s and 90s, I don't have a kid about.
Okay.
It's
Oh
just
my
been
gosh.
it's just been the stuff since like we brought cross stitch into the shop
Okay.
Yeah.
that I started kidding
Alright.
as I buy,
Okay.
because I was younger before then.
Yeah.
And the world,
Oh yeah.
the future was a long way away.
Yeah.
And now it's
A lot of
It's not so
here.
far away.
So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a kid of them up that, you might be changing some things.
Mhm.
I didn't stitch on Ada for very long.
Yeah.
I switched to even weave pretty fast.
Mhm.
Um,
I didn't know there was anything such as even.
yeah.
Well, I followed the directions. You know, you bought a chart and it said you did this on Ada, so that's what I went out. Never knew that I can do something else.
I just didn't like the stiffness of the fabric.
You know,
Right.
I didn't care. I followed directions. It's like that. They told me
Well,
to do
you
it
are
on
a rule
Ada.
follower,
I am
and
a rule follower. Yeah.
I'm not so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. So then it was like, oh my
In
gosh,
certain
wait,
areas.
linen? What's linen?
Yeah.
You know, and then oh my God, when they came out with different colors, it was like,
Right. It did take me a while to move from even weave to linen.
Mm-hmm.
And my first attempt at linen did not, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It was loosey goosey and open weaved and thin, and it had big thick threads and little thin threads.
Where'd you
And
get it?
it might have come in a kit.
Okay.
And so I went back to even weave for a long time, and before I got brave enough. And what I found is, you have good quality linen and you have bad quality
Yeah.
linen.
Yeah.
And once I tried good quality linen, then it was not an issue.
Hmm.
Yes, there are still fat threads and thin threads.
Yeah. But
But I
That's
think
what
I
makes
was,
linen unique.
Yeah,
that's
the
I
fun.
like the
and,
Yeah.
and there's still slubs in it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just,
Some of
just
them
treat
keep
it all the
kinda-
same. Yeah.
remove some, you don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think I don't believe I even knew that there was even weave. I was stitching on Ada because that's what the chart
Uh-huh.
said, and then I fell in love with the First Angel of Light by Lavender and Lace, and that I went straight to Belfast linen because that's what it was on.
See, that was my first linen, was that lavender and lace bright back in
Oh,
'92,
yeah.
because linen was the called for fabric,
Mhm.
and I
Yep.
did it.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay. That's what they told me to do.
But
I
yeah,
guess I'm
those
supposed to
lavender and
do it.
lace, they were
Yeah.
linen. That's the first time I'd ever
Yeah.
heard of it.
Yeah, and I had no concept of this is so much better than Ada, or sorry, not offending any Ada stitchers.
Right.
It was just, you know,
I just don't like
I didn't know.
stiffness.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the fabric,
Yeah.
but that's what they told me to do, so that's
Yeah.
what I did. And then they told me to do Belfast, and okay.
Now
Yeah.
Ada stitchers have
Pleasant.
overdyed Ada, and it's softer
And
and,
they're
Yeah.
I love that
and it's
new
beautiful.
Yeah.
I haven't
Um,
stitched on it too much, but I love it. It looks
Well,
beautiful.
and some designs just
Charles
lend
Kirk.
itself to Ada.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, you just, well, like this could have totally been done on Ada.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
That's really
some of it
That's really
just,
cute.
some of it just lend itself to Ada.
sticking out a bit stark.
You know, where sometimes the more intricate samplers.
Well,
Yeah.
anything with backstitching belongs on linen or
On,
even
yeah,
weave.
it's almost,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Stick
quarter
that
stitches.
needle
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
quarter stitches where you had to split the threads.
Yeah, you
And I
kinda
really
stab
think
it.
that's what-
wording.
I think that's what made me switch from the biggest reason was the backstitching on Ada was
Paula Vons are
so
easier.
painful.
Mhm.
Yes, Paula Vaughn. It was. I'm blaming her for that. It was that.
Thank
That's
her for that.
Thank her.
Yeah, I should thank her
love
for that.
Paula.
That's
Me
Too.
Oh,
yeah.
I just love them.
Still want to finish those quilts in the month.
I still want to finish so many. I started through the looking glass where the mother's looking at the bride, the little
Yeah.
girl. I started that for Lindsay when she was engaged, never finished it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so pretty.
And I have several hanging up in my guest bedroom.
Mhm.
I still want to do the big bouquet. I forget what it's called, but I think it's in the blue enamel pot with the colorful bouquet of
Mhm.
daisies and spring flowers.
Yeah.
I have one that it's a fall one, and I can't remember if it's Quilts for All Seasons book or there's another one that has one for each month of the year.
Holidays or something.
I don't know, but it's a fall one. It's got wagon.
That sounds like the November.
And yes, it's like the
quilts for all
November.
seasons.
Yeah, I want to stitch that one. In fact, Donna and I were supposed to start it, I think a year ago, as a stitch along. Fail.
Speaking of stitch-alongs,
Yes, ma'am.
how are you doing with your Prairie School?
Are you referring to the Prairie Schooler alphabet?
I think there's a couple of you that are working on that.
Mm-hmm. I moved, sorry. It's not-
Well,
It's my excuse for everything. I'm sorry, I'm moving.
Oh, were you one of them?
she was one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I started at retreat and then we moved.
Is Donna on that with you?
She was, wasn't
Donna
she?
was supposed to. She never
She didn't
has.
start it.
She didn't start.
Oh, Donna.
Carla, bag lady Carla, not
Okay.
shop Carla. She's not an actual bag lady. She makes the bags that the shop sells.
Yes.
And I have another Carla that used to work at the shop, and to differentiate them, we called them shop Carla and bag lady Carla. So bag lady Carla started hers
Okay.
and got her first block done. So yay, Carla!
Yay, Carla. Did you
Kudos
get
to
any?
you.
You have 8 blocks done?
I
Is that
don't
what you
know.
told me?
No. That's my Hawthorne Hollow.
Oh.
No, the alphabet one. I'm a failure right now.
No, you're not. Not if you have 8 blocks of Hot Run Hollow done.
No, I have made the same mistake on that puppy 4 times now.
That is so weird.
Yes, 4 times. I've put it in and done this and taken it back out because I've done the same exact mistake 4 times.
Wow.
So currently it is in timeout while I decide whether I want to continue trying to do it on the 40 count Verdal over 1
Oh,
or
dear.
not. Because tearing out on 40 count
Oh, yeah. All right, I feel your
is a
pain.
nightmare.
I can't even imagine.
And I
Yes,
just,
I can.
Yeah.
I just, after making the same mistake 4 times, obviously I'm having an issue. And I can't decide whether,
As
because
big
the
as that
issue
thing
is the
it's probably
chart.
better to just start over.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I really like it on the,
Yeah, it looks.
Could you do it 1 over 25 or something?
I could.
I think I'm doing 28, 1 over 28. Yeah, I think that's what I did.
Evenly related.
Full cross.
Even weave, full cross.
Full cross.
Yeah.
Were you doing full or quarter? I mean,
I was doing 10 stitch on the 40 count over 1. And I, again, I had no problem with Frederick. None. I made one mistake on Frederick, and that was the diamond border at the bottom. I was 1 off, so I had to take, and I'd only done the outline of the diamond, so it wasn't terrible taking it out. But
And your Cooper's going well.
Cooper is going well, but I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with this one. So I may.
Use the chart.
Is your heart not in it, do you think?
Hmm?
Do you think it might be your heart's not in it?
No, I don't know what it is. It's one I've always wanted to stitch.
You have talked about it this long time.
I have. So I am leaning towards starting it on something else. But I may give it one more chance on the 40 count and see if I can get past this mental block that I now have. Because now it's a
Do you want
mental.
one of us to stitch that part for you?
Don't
Maybe
come
tomorrow?
on.
No. No.
See, this
That is so weird.
Yeah. Because now it's a head thing. Now it's in my head that you're going to stitch this a 5th time. You're going to have to rip it out again.
Look like that's what you liked it.
So I'm going to try it again. I just don't know when.
Just make it.
So
Isn't it? That makes
Yeah.
it laugh more like.
okay.
Or maybe
That was good conversation, guys.
Maybe.
Let's see. Here's just a for fun one. Connie may have had it tonight. I don't know. What is the best meal you can ever remember evening.
Wow. Tonight's is really good.
And what was it?
Brisket sandwich and onion rings. Best.
Yes.
I know.
So much is big.
I know what
Yeah.
mine is.
I don't know if that. Oh.
The smoke is starting to come
Yeah.
out. She's thinking.
Yeah. And it was such a comedy of errors. Okay, it's been a number of years. In New Orleans, my husband and I went down to celebrate our anniversary, and Cafe Soleil, I think, was the place. I don't even know if it's still open. It was a relaxing evening. We were at a table outside. There was something with a problem with the table next to us. And so to make us feel better, and we didn't complain or anything, we didn't care. We had our own thing going on. They comped our appetizer, and because they were apologizing for the behavior of the people next to us. And then we ordered whatever our dishes were, and I wanted my husband wanted some kind of fish that had some kind of shrimp sauce, and the waiter came back and apologized that they ran out of shrimp, and oh darn, they're going to have to make it a crawfish sauce, which is like crawfish is one of our favorite things. So it was like,
darn.
oh, I hate when that happens. The food was awesome, and we got more crawfish than we could handle. And it was just a whole pleasant evening, and they felt so bad about all our problems that we didn't complain anything about, and they practically comped our entire meal. It was the wildest thing, but it was really, really good. And we went back the next day and ordered different things and over-tipped and fun things to kind of make up for the thing. But that's probably one of their best and most memorable. Just because I like crawfish and I love New Orleans food, that's my favorite. If I had to pick, and I like food, I like a lot of food.
She does like food. She's not, I don't think, picky like I am. So
There are a few things that I will not eat or will
I mean,
try.
She likes liver. And
liver and
gizzards.
onions.
Chicken?
Fried gizzards.
Gizzards?
Yeah, sushi.
Really?
Yeah, there's one kind of sushi I won't eat.
So what is it that you don't like?
Sea urchin, sushi, which is
Try sea urchin.
well in it.
Sushi.
You don't like sushi, or you do like sushi?
Yeah, no, I do. I
Okay.
like some.
And raw fish. Do you do the raw fish?
Not so much raw. I like the unagi. That's what I love.
Okay.
Unagi.
All right. I'll try almost anything except I tried sea urchin because the store people love sea urchin. That's like, ooh, this is really cool. And I was in a what I thought was a wonderful Japanese restaurant in Nashville, and I thought, well, heck, if I'm going to try it, this would probably be a good place to try it. And there's some things that I may not like, and it's like, okay, I'll swallow it and go, okay, this is I removed that from my mouth. that was not going down. So I don't know if it was bad sea urchin or what, but someday I would like to try it again. Maybe I just had a bad experience. But there's not much that I don't like. I'll pretty much eat anything.
Doreen, do you have a meal that stands out?
I do, and you're gonna laugh at me because
That's okay. I like laughing at
I
you.
know you did. So I'll give you up, fuel. It was a Mexican restaurant.
Okay.
I have no idea where it was. It was years ago. I don't even know if we had children yet. But we went there. It was a hole in the wall, and we had to walk up a back staircase to get there. I mean, we were like a little bit afraid, but everybody said it was worth it to go there. And we walked in, and it was beautiful. It was very dimly lit. The decor was very traditional. and soft music, Mexican music playing. The food was delicious, service was wonderful. And we said, we have to come back here. Even if we have to travel, we're going to come back here because it wasn't where we were living.
Mm-hmm.
We were traveling. And I don't know where it was.
No.
And I can't go back. We never were able to
Really
go back
hard to
because
go
we
back if you don't
we
know
couldn't remember where it
named.
was. And I still to this day think about that is the most authentic, delicious Mexican food I've ever had. And I wish I knew where it was. Isn't
Well,
that
I
sad?
can't help you. Yes. Connie, do you have a meal that stands out?
Yeah, a couple really, but it was in Paris, but it was more of a breakfast. It was all the
That's
fresh,
okay.
Still a me.
the fresh pastries and, you know, and being out, we were out on the street.
So was it the atmosphere or the food?
The pastries were, you know, and then just their version of breakfast is so different than ours, you know, and I think a combination of both. And then most recently, I think it was probably in Omaha, and Kit and I's first date. Then we went to Charleston's,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the first time I'd been there, and they had really good food, and it was a pecan crusted chicken on a bed of arugula. Yeah, it was on a bed of like spaghetti type, noodle type things, and they had a arugula salad with pecans, and
I don't like arugula.
and they make great more cosmopolitan martinis. But it was our first date, and we were there for almost 4 hours. And we tipped real well because we took the food for that long.
So
It was very good food, but it was also, again, I think
The-
for me
the
it's more
occasion.
the setting and the occasion
Okay.
can overshadow food at times. You know,
Or complimented.
they're complimented. Yeah, I mean, I can name other places that I've been and had good, you know,
Yeah.
food, and that was just excellent. You know, but those are the two that stand out the most, I think, to me.
And my favorite was several years before we moved here. And it was in a little cafe down in Orange, California. And it was a South American restaurant.
Mhm.
Can't remember which country from, but I think probably Brazil. And it was jambalaya. And it was the best jambalaya I'd ever had because it wasn't too spicy, but it was just right.
Spicy enough?
Spicy enough. Yeah, it was really good. Haven't had good jambalaya like that since. There's some places that fix good ones, but not like that one.
Do you have one?
Well, I do. Many years ago in New York, went to a restaurant called Chanterelle, which is gone now, but it was really good. And it was the big 5-course meal with the cheese and it was wonderful. Yeah, I like that, but lately, Las Vegas has really good food all over the place, yeah. All kinds of good restaurants.
Mine was not a restaurant. Mine was the breakfast that my mom made the morning after the tornado went through our neighborhood. Nobody had power, and she borrowed a camp stove from the neighbors and was trying to use up the eggs and the bacon and stuff that was in the refrigerator before it went bad. And so it was cooked outside on this camp stove, and it was the best breakfast I've ever had.
Wow.
It tasted
How old were you, do
so
you think?
good. Oh, I was a freshman in high school when the tornado went through. But it was the best tasting breakfast, the best eggs and bacon I've ever had. And I was probably, because
The sheer terror
sheer
the day
terror.
before.
the day before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still remember how amazing that breakfast was.
The 75 tornado.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where you lived in Ralston.
Ralston,
Where
yeah.
it went right through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost sucked my bedroom off the house.
Mm.
What was really weird is I had come home from school and put my stack of papers in the middle of my bed, and I had lots of little, I've always been a collector, and I had lots of little tchotchkes and stuff on shelves. And nothing was disturbed in my bedroom. Even though that was almost sucked off the house.
Isn't that amazing?
There was nothing, the papers hadn't moved, the glass, there was nothing moved on the shelves, nothing. But you went out into the other end of the house and there was someone's roof through our kitchen
Oh my gosh.
ceiling, and the windows were blown out and there was glass everywhere. But in my bedroom it was like nothing had happened.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's weird.
You still had to turn in your homework.
You could blame it on the tornado.
Yes, I did. As much as I ever did anyway.
Yeah.
Not the best student here, so.
Sorry, tornado took it away.
Yeah, that was the best breakfast ever.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Does anyone have any questions they would like to ask the group? No? Ready to be done with questions and answers and have cake? Gotta have Connie's birthday cake.
Yeah, before you get, yes,
Tonight.
yeah, it's like 20 to 10.
It is?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Maybe we
gosh.
should have cake for
Okay.
breakfast.
No.
I'm thinking maybe cake tomorrow night.
You
because
think
it's
cake
too late
tomorrow
to-
night?
Yeah,
The cake is gonna be all dried out.
No, it won't.
Okay.
it's cake, it'll
It's her
be fine.
It can be
Okay.
lunch.
All
Yeah,
right.
we can have it at lunch.
We can have it at lunch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't realize it was this late. We were
Time
having fun.
flies, yeah.
It went by fast, didn't it?
It did.
Again.
Even for those of you who were reluctant to have a video tonight. But thank you for doing that.
It was
I appreciate
It's
it.
fun.
Hopefully you all will enjoy it.
We lost them at John Travolta.
We might have lost them at John Travolta. I don't know. So anyway, you can answer the questions in the comments below. We would love to. We would love to know what your thoughts are on those questions. And I'm gonna let you go. So you take care until next time.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.